That behind me is my M235i, and in today's video we're getting ChatGPT to rate how loud it is. Now, as a lot of you watching will know, the M235i has the 3-litre N55 engine in it. And if you're new to the channel, you might not know that I think this is the loudest M235i in the UK. Here on screen is the proof. Literally, this is proof. Now, when I say loudest, I mean on stock turbo, stock engine, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, you might be thinking, how is this video going to work? Basically, we're going to get some clips of this car in particular, and then we're going to get AI to rate them and how loud it is, and it's going to be completely honest with me. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because it's not just AI which is going to be rating this car. We've also got another engine and another car that we're going to be testing, so make sure to stick around. Now, we're going to do a couple of tests. The first one being, AI is going to rate the exhaust tone with no burbles. Then we're going to do it with burbles, and then we're going to do anti-lag. So there's going to be 3 tests we're going to do, and it's going to let me know its opinion on each of them. And of course, while AI is rating it, leave your comments down below of what your opinion is on those 3 options. Anyway, let's hop in the car, let's get it nice and warm, and then we can start driving it properly. Current oil temp is 76 degrees. We want to get it hotter than that though. This thing is fun. Honestly, this thing is really fun. It's so fun hearing the exhaust brap and then the blow-off valve just after. It's like the perfect combination. The sound of this makes me laugh every time. Every time. Okay, we've arrived at a very undisclosed location where we're not going to bother any pedestrians, any neighbours and any animals. We're literally in the middle of Narnia, some would say. Now, how this is going to work, I have the multi-map selection on MHD, so I can select 4 different maps with all different burbles, etc. So let's set up the tripod, get the best possible sound angle so we can record these, and we'll go through no pop and bangs, just pure N55 exhaust tone, then pop and bangs, and then we'll also test out the anti-lag, and we'll get all those clips and then send it to AI. This bee won't leave the car alone, he's literally just chilling here. Right, we're going to start off with pure N55 exhaust tone. Let's go. Even that didn't scare the bee off, so now we're going to do pop and bangs. Hopefully that will scare him off. Right, it's now time for probably the loudest N55 exhaust note possible, the anti-lag. Let's run it. There we have it, the 3 different variables I wanted to give AI, or ChatGPT in particular, and be able to rate this car. So now the next thing to do is to go back, go onto the laptop, we're going to upload all 3 video clips, and then see what AI has to say. I'm really hoping it has something good to say, because this car has cost me a lot of money, and I've spent a lot of money on the exhaust system. Oh, let's just take a minute to just look at how beautiful the car is looking right now. It is such a good looking car currently at the moment. I love it to bits. Before we go back though, I'll just spend a couple minutes just explaining what I've actually done to the exhaust system to make it sound this good, and also what I've done in MHD to be able to run the burbles, anti-lag, etc. So really quick little recap. The anti-lag you heard, that was on 8 PSI, so not maximum, about in the middle, about 8 PSI. And then regarding the burbles, they were set to, believe it or not, soft. Yeah, soft. OEM are still kind of the same level, but they're set to soft. And trust me, in person, they don't sound soft. It actually hurts your ears. I hardly ever run hard or medium burbles on this because it just sounds like gunshots. The soft sounds pretty decent, but that's what I run them on, and 1.3 seconds for the duration. And then map 3 on my rev gauge is my slot where I have no burbles. So I set it to OEM, and then I also have the complete timer down onto 0, so no burbles happen on that. So without any further ado, let's head back, let's get these clips uploaded, and just you wait to the end of the video, because the next engine we test is going to be a serious weapon. That overrun brab, I'm literally stuttering because I'm that excited from it. It is unreal. It's honestly, unless you hear it in person, I can't describe it to you. Unless you've heard an M2 or one of these N55s with that overrun brap in person, You can't comment. It sounds incredible. Let's get another one. Whatever BMW did to make this sound, they did something right. Big shout out to the best flavour of Monster in the UK right now, Lando Norris. Definitely the best flavour that's been released in a long time. If Monster Energy are watching this, you should sponsor me. Right, let's turn this off, get these clips onto the laptop, and then see what AI has to say. Let me know your opinions in the comments as well. Would you run this exhaust system, or do you think AI is going to give me positive feedback or completely roast me and destroy the love of this car that I have? Okay, you may notice we're actually sat in a different BMW, and that is because it's way cooler in this car and it's really hot outside. And sitting in mine, I was absolutely dying from the heat. So now I've got the laptop. Let's upload the clips and see what AI has to say. And of course, as usual, we're going to be using ChatGPT just because I think it gives the most funny and controversial answers, which I'm hoping it will do in this video. So without any further ado, I'm going to upload it, and then it's going to speak back to me with its honest opinion. And yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Final call though, do you think it's going to give me a good review towards the exhaust sound or a bad one? And what is your honest opinion of the exhaust? Let me know in the comments.
All right, here we go. So this car is like the overzealous teenager of the automotive world. Loud, flashy, and definitely trying too hard. But hey, it's got character, and it sounds like the car is trying to announce its arrival to the entire neighborhood. Loud and proud, maybe a bit too proud. It's got the signature growl, but might also be scaring off the local wildlife. Now, moving on to the pop and bangs. Oh boy. It's like the car's trying to audition for a fireworks show, but with a bit less finesse. It's definitely got the look at me factor, but it might also make the neighbors question their life choices. And finally, the anti-lag. It's like the car's way of saying, absolutely. It's like the car's got it.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Built-in alarm system that only the most hardcore petrolheads can appreciate. It definitely keeps things exciting and maybe a little bit terrifying for anyone else on the road. So yeah, bit of a controversial setup, but it's definitely got that character that stands out.
It's actually crazy to me how realistic this thing's voice is. Like, it actually sounds like a genuine American man, for example. I can change the voice, which is pretty interesting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask it what its honest opinion is. It's given kind of a controversial, kind of funny, not what I was expecting review of the 3 clips it's had, but now I want to get a score out of 10 and see what it says.
Honestly, the exhaust system is a bit of a mixed bag. If I had to rate it, I'd say it's a solid -3 out of 10. It's definitely got the volume, but maybe not the refinement. It's loud, it's in your face, and it might just wake up the entire block. But hey, it definitely stands out.
Sorry, I'm going to mute him there. -3 out of 10. Well, he can go away. I'm not going to talk to him anymore because that was a horrible review. I'm actually kind of really sad. -3 out of 10. It wasn't even like a positive number. He could have given it a 3. He gave it a -3. Of all things, minus. The poor thing is sitting over there all sad, not knowing he's just been absolutely slandered. Well, that was not what I was expecting, to be honest. However, let's go to the next part of the video. As you might have guessed, when I said stay to the end of the video to see a different car, it is indeed the 240 with the almighty B58. Let's give this thing a start up. This thing's got some serious growl to it. Next thing, let's get AI to rate this car then. Seeing as it gave such a bad review to the N55, I feel like the B58 hopefully will win it over. Well, it's very clear AI, or ChatGPT in particular, isn't a big fan of the N55. So let's see what it has to say regarding the 240. This thing's going to be all sad now, really sad. Sounds pretty mean. So what we'll do now is to make it a fair test, we'll let the B58 warm up, get it to a nice operating temperature, and then we'll get some clips of that and see what it has to say. And while we wait, we may as well just take into consideration how beautiful these cars look together. The 240 sitting on 19s, the 235 sitting on 18s. Honestly, they both look absolutely surreal. Let me know in the comment section, which car are you taking? The N55, which likes to scream and high rev, or the B58, which has a lot lower down grunt and a lot more torque? While we're letting that B58 warm up, time for some more Lando Norris. This drink is unreal. Nothing better on a really hot day than a nice, cold, refreshing drink. Oh, and there's a butterfly. Let me show you guys. Look at that thing. He's just chilling on the wiper. The M240 with the B58 literally sounds cammed. I've never heard anything with an idle so choppy. It's the UK's equivalent of an LS. Listen to this thing. I think the 240 needs a little bit of encouragement heating up, so we're just going to take it for a little spin. The even truer intake on this thing sounds insane. Alright, parked up, the car's warm, the B58 has got a good oil temp, so let's get some revs and then see what AI thinks to the M240's exhaust. Alright, and there we have it. That's the B58's noises. The only thing with this car is it doesn't have anti-lag mapped in. With MHD, because we're still waiting for the custom steering wheel to be wrapped, we have a cheap steering wheel on, and it obviously doesn't do the job. So we can't access MHD anti-lag at the moment. However, we just won't include that for this test. But as you saw from the clip, it still has pop and bangs and a good exhaust tone. The overrun brap on this thing is mental as well. Right, let's get these clips to AI and see what it has to say for the B58. And let's turn this one off and get these clips onto the laptop.
So
right, let's see what AI says.
M240i clips, I can already tell this engine is on a whole different level. The pure exhaust tone is smooth. It's got a nice throaty rumble without.
Why is it so positive for the B58?
And pop and bangs,
it's biased.
Absolutely tasteful. Just the right amount of excitement. I'd say it's definitely a solid 10 out of 10 for the M240i. Great job.
10 out of 10 for the 240. What on earth did the N55 do wrong to get a -3, and then it gives a 10 out of 10 for the 240? A 10 out of 10, not even like a 5 out of 10 or a 4. Like the maximum score it can give. I definitely feel like AI is biased to 240s or just B58s in general. These cars have almost identical exhaust systems, so the restriction in them is basically 0, and it's favoritized this one. Was it the anti-lag that made the N55 so bad in AI's review? I don't know. I kind of feel sorry for the 235 now. It's kind of just been given an awful score, and the B58 kind of smashed it. That's very upsetting. Maybe I need to hop into a 240. Let me know in the comments. Well, I think we can do away with AI because that review was not what I wanted to hear. Well, as you can see from the red interior, we're now back in the M235i, the car which AI seems to not rate very highly and clearly doesn't like. Maybe I should do AI rates the looks of them, because in my opinion, the 235 looks better. However, it didn't do very well on the score for the sound. Spending the money on the exhaust, though, has never been a dull moment in my life on this car. I have obviously appreciated it in every way possible. I think it sounds incredible, and the loudness of it is surreal. So I really can't complain. And looks-wise, we'll take a brief look now. I love it. I think this car, for the age, this 2 Series shape is unreal. And remember, whether AI rates your car or someone else gives you an opinion of what your car looks like or sounds like, at the end of the day, if you care about it and you enjoy it, that's the main thing. Now, obviously, I do have a very loud 218i. However, I'm responsible with it. Like I mentioned earlier, we went somewhere far away, not to annoy anybody when we recorded those sound clips. And that's obviously something to bear in mind. Just if you have a loud car, just be sensible with it. Don't be like an Asbo, or otherwise you're going to get in trouble with the police and wind up people who won't like you. However, I think this car currently looks really, really good. And I love the way it looks. I love the way it performs. And eventually we'll be in an M car and this will be no more. Or who knows, we might keep it and have an M car. We'll see. Now, obviously, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, leave any comments you have down below, and I'll personally answer them. And if you want to give the video a like, if you did enjoy it, it's free, and it boosts it to more people, so more people can see it. And apart from that, if you can subscribe, you can see more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one.